So I'm not going to lie. It's been a hell of a week. Absolute nightmare. I've been on the phone left, right and centre, sending texts, emails, you name it. I've been doing it this week. And I've got to say, it's been hard work. Really, really hard work. I had an interesting conversation with Joey O'Brien. He basically didn't sign the contract. And I wanted to confront him about it, you know. End of the day, you make a man's agreement, you stick to it. Got to be a man of your word. Basically, he feels his head's been turned by his agent and he really wants some additional time to clear his head and think about his future 100%. So I said, that's fine, you know. At least you're being honest with me. I'll give you an additional 7 days and we'll see how we stand afterwards. So hopefully this saga will be resolved. You know, it's dragging on. It's getting on my nerves. It just, you know, creates an atmosphere and we don't need it. Carlton Cole, on the other hand, has been, excuse me, sending text messages and ringing his agent to try and sort himself out and move away from the club. Now, I've got no problem with that. If players want to leave, players want to leave. I've spoken to Colin and said to him, look, come on, you know, at the end of the day, you give me 110% on the field and start scoring and we'll see if we can sort you out. You know, I'm not just going to... I have to live and die by the results. At the end of the day, in my business as a manager, I'm judged by results. If strikers aren't scoring, I can't afford the luxury of them just keep playing. So, I don't know how it's going to end up with Colton. Not the greatest of atmospheres, but we'll see. I think he understands, you know, it's all about being a professional at the end of the day. But regardless of that, we've got a home tie against Wigan. And I'm very apprehensive because, as you know of late, results have not been going our way, the ball's not been bouncing our way, and it's just been a nightmare. But Sissoko is gliding down the left-hand side. He spots a run by Nolan, turns back inside, knocks it into Nolan. Nolan takes one touch, he turns, he shoots, and he just puts the ball wide. Al Habsi knocks the ball out to Caldwell, who all of a sudden just has a mental blockage. He must be thinking that he's attacking and realises and clears the ball for a throw-in. Phillips will take the throw, lucky to be in the side. He's not been playing well at all. He throws it into Sissoko. Now Sissoko drifts into the centre midfield. He knocks it into Nolan. Nolan passes it on to Sterling. Sterling spots a run by Shaw. Shaw gets to the byline, crosses it back. Oh my God, Gabs, 1-0. Come on, West Ham. Just the start we bloody wanted. Get in there, Gabs. Great goal. I think that's also his first headed goal. Fantastic cross by Shaw. A bullet header by Gabs. And we take the lead 1-0. Wigan come hammering back at us, but Reyes is there to clear the ball for a corner. Fantastic clearance by the lad. Still a young lad, got a long way, could be a really exceptional centre-back. And a great save by Butland from the corner. Caldwell trying to make up for his earlier error of giving away a diabolical throw-in. And Butland took it nicely because he's just a tank. Reyes picks the ball up, he knocks it into Sissoko. Sissoko knocks it into Gabs. Gabs is playing so well. He is really playing so well, it's ridiculous. He knocks it to Nolan. Nolan with a nice turn, knocks it into Noble. Noble has a shot and a slight defection, which turns out to be a handball. And the referee awards us a penalty. On a separate note, I think penalties are awarded too easy on this game. It's ridiculous. But Gabs, the goal scoring machine, steps up, full of confidence, strolls up, takes the... What the hell was that? Speechless. Like Andy Carroll, I don't think Gabs should be taking penalties. I think we should put Mark Noble back on penalties. Kone picks the ball up and a fantastic chip ball through is greeted by Reyes, sticking his foot in and just knocking the ball back to Butland. And we went in at half-time winning 1-0, feeling slightly more confident than we have done before. And we start off the second half in a bright fashion. Gabs has the ball, he marauds forward but it's blocked, his shot is blocked. And Wigan come away with the ball. We're slightly outnumbered. Our defence is dragged across. Tompkins and Shaw are out of position. Our right back's not in position. And Wigan are going to make the most of it. Shaw is just outmanoeuvred by an experienced player. And Wigan pull a goal back. Fantastic play by the attacker. He just used the experience over the young lad. But you know, I ain't going to say nothing to Shaw because, you know, he's a young lad. He's 17 years old. He will be a fantastic player. And I just feel at this moment in time we need to make some changes. A few legs End of the season, a few legs are just looking a little bit tired, and I need to freshen it up. Phillips is definitely coming on. He's been so awful of late. It's been so frustrating. We invested a lot of money in the lad, and it just appears not to be working out. But what can you do? What can you do? Wigan break down the right-hand side, left-hand side. Sorry, lucky to keep the ball. Fantastic header off the bar, and would you believe it? The rebound falls straight back to him, and he heads it home. Unbelievable! Yet again, more luck going our opponent's way than ours. You know, the first header was fantastic. You know, Butland had it covered, not a problem. But what can you do? What can you do? You know, you can't compete with that. Fair play to the striker. You know, he was hot on his toes. Fantastic play on the left-hand side to keep that ball in. A great cross, but it just seems everything is conspiring against us at the moment. It's just so difficult. We're playing some nice football, but, you know, possession football, nice football, does not win you games, unfortunately. The Jet picks the ball up on the left-hand side. He powers to the byline, gets the ball in. Gabs doesn't make much of a connection. Unfortunately, their keeper saves it. And the game finishes. West Ham 1, Wigan 2. And the feeling within the team, you can see they're slightly deflated. But they shouldn't be too deflated at the end of the day. It's, you know, got to take the positives. And here we go. I'll get a text message from Carlton Cole following up the phone call. I like to play more. We've had this conversation, you know. It's really annoying. Then what really annoys me? He goes to the tabloids. He goes to the tabloids. He goes knowing that he's doing something good for the community, and he utilises it by having a word with the tabloids. You know, that's just so annoying. It's ridiculous. Joey sends me a text message, and I've got to say, boss, I've had a change of heart. I'm prepared to stay now. I was in the wrong, wanting to leave. I see my future here now. Well done, Joey. Well done, son. Fantastic. That is fantastic news. You know, it's been a hell of a saga. Hasn't been easy. You know, I've done my best to try and support the lads, and I signed into the database to obviously update Joey's contract, sent him a new offer, and Tompkins wants 20 grand extra on a year extra. 20 grand. That's a hell of an increase. So basically, Joey wants a 3-year contract, 5 grand a week with a 5% clean sheet bonus. Not a problem. Got no problem with that. So I've submitted the contract. It's done and dusted, and hopefully we'll put an end to this saga, put it to bed, which would be really bloody nice, to be honest. It's just been so frustrating. And we now have to prepare for an extremely hard game. We've got to play Man City. And, you know, we haven't had the best of luck against City. The home game in the league, we drew 0-0. We then went to City in the semi-final of the Capital One Cup and lost. And we then played them at Upton Park in the second leg of the Capital One Cup. And to be fair, we pretty much destroyed them. And we only won 1-0, which was really, really frustrating, really unfortunate. And it was just a horrible game. So it's gonna be super tough playing City, to be honest. And I'm going to take a bit of a risk. I really want to play with 2 CDMs, and then I want to try and play with 2 cams and then 2 forwards. I really want to have another crack at them, a real go. A real proper go at them. We did play the 4-3-3 against City. You know, it has its advantages, it has its disadvantages. The advantage with this formation for me, playing against City, is they leave a space between their centre-backs and their midfield. Yaya Toure likes to maraud forward. He leaves a great gap, and hopefully the 2 boys in Cam are basically there to exploit that. Exploit the fact that he likes to maraud forward. You know, he generally goes forward. Where we've got Sissoko and Diarmi, those boys get forward, but, you know, one goes, one holds. With City, they don't do that. They both move forward. And that's where hopefully we will find a space to do some damage and get in amongst them. And you never know. Football's a funny old game. We might be able to get 3 points. I'll take a draw at this moment in time, to be honest, with our current form. And it appears Chelsea have won the Premier League title. We all know we weren't going to do it, let's be honest. But, you know, there's an opportunity for us. You know, we're a point behind Fulham. So we've got a great opportunity. And as you can see, Luke Shaw's a little bit annoyed that he's not playing. I'm great that the lad's eager, but he's got to remember in his own mind, he's 17 years old. Potsy's a young lad as well, and I like to rotate my fullbacks. I'm not going to say a fullback's going to play 40 games a season. Ain't going to happen under my management. They're going to always be rotated, the left back, right back. Now, my centre back partnership is the one I need to firm up a bit more. And yeah, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we've got more important things to concentrate on. We're at the Etihad Stadium. We're taking on Man City. It's going to be a tough game. The lads are quite confident. We had some good training sessions leading up to this game. Some great training sessions leading up to this game. And, I feel the boys have got an opportunity to prove a point and show that they are a solid team and a quality team. Got to admit, the stadium looks fantastic. And yeah, just to reiterate, we are just a point behind Fulham. There's no real opportunity of us finishing in 9th position with 4 games to go. So it's all about 10th position, which is a great shame. I would have really liked to have gotten the top 8, top 6, but unfortunately it's just not going to happen. So top 10, I think, is a fantastic position to finish in, and we've got to fight for it. We've got to fight for it. Hopefully we'll be able to do it, but who knows? And we get the game underway with Fisher on the right-hand side. He turns back inside. He knocks it into O'Brien. O'Brien, who has just agreed to sign a new contract. Hopefully he'll sign that, get it done and dusted. Feeds it into Cole. Cole feeds it into Sissoko. Cole making an appearance tonight because Andy Carroll's got the flu. And City just have so many defenders. So my plan for playing 4-2-2-2 is looking a bit shoddy already because City are closing the space down. They're not marauding forward. They're defending as a unit, defending as a pack, not allowing us any space until Cole gets hold of the ball. He has a shot. It's saved. Yami has a shot. It's blocked. It's cleared. And that's just sort of City all over. They then have a counter-attack, lob the ball over the top, very unprofessional in my eyes, and Baratelli just squirts it wide. Gabs has the ball, knocks it into Diami in centre of midfield. And again, look at the way they're defending. They're defending with the flat back 4, and they've got 3 players in front. And it's just so difficult, really difficult. Great clearance by City. That falls to Potsy. Potsy knocks the ball inside to Diami. Diami knocks it onto our man Sissoko. Sissoko marauders forward. He knocks it into Cole. Cole has one thing in mind. He turns, he shoots. And I've got to say, that is a world-class save by Joe Hart. Absolute phenomenal save. And then Baratelli does not want to let the ball go. It's stuck to his foot, literally stuck like super glue. He takes the absolute mick out of our defence, has a shot and squirts it wide yet again. If that boy could finish, he'd be a world-class player. But unfortunately, he can't. We went in at half-time 0-0. First half really wasn't very exciting. Very tough game. City dominating a lot of the possession. We start the second half very brightly. Legit has the ball. And Yaya Toure, that is just a disgraceful challenge. There's no need for that in the game, I don't like to see this. Look, he drags him down from behind. That's just awful. That really is awful. His arm was around his neck. There's no need for that sort of thing. And Gabs steps up for the free kick. Now, we know what we're going to do. We're just going to knock it into Diami. Knock it into Diami. Knocks it into Diami. Diami does. He shoots. Bloody Joe Hart saves the ball. And we get a corner. We swing the ball over. Cole goes for it. And City clear it. It's just so difficult playing against Man City. It's ridiculous. Then again, I guess that's why they're one of the best teams. Baratelli again. He cuts inside. Great cross. And oh my days, what an audacious attempt. But City pick up the ball again. They knock it into Baratelli. And in the 79th minute, they score to make it 1-0. And then Silva picks up the ball. He feeds it into Nasri. We're now ultra attacking, and you can see there's a gaping hole in our team, and Aguero, rightly so, punishes us. But at the end of the day, we wanted to try and get a point out of the game, and it just wasn't going to happen. And he makes it 2-0 in the 88th minute. And it's just so difficult to play against Man City. Really unfortunate. Not best pleased, but the lads done me proud. They stuck to their guns. They played decent football, and that's what I like. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I will catch you tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow being Tuesday in episode number 22.